I bought the ring 3 weeks ago. My dad died on a Tuesday. Heart attack at his desk. 63 years old. Gone before the ambulance arrived. I called Marcus from the hospital parking lot. My boyfriend of 4 years. The man I was planning to propose to that weekend. Mark, it's Dad. He's gone. Can you come? His voice was distant, distracted. Babe, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I'm in hot yoga with the guys right now. Can I call you back in like 90? My dad just died. I know. But I already paid for this class, and I'm drenched. Let me finish, shower, and I'll call you right back. Promise. He didn't call back for 6 hours. When he finally did, I was at the funeral home with my mom picking out a casket. Oak or cherry, brass handles, or silver. Choices no son should make at 34. Hey, sorry about earlier. That class was brutal. They added this new instructor, super intense. How are you holding up? I'm choosing my father's coffin, Marcus. Oh, do you need me to come? Yes. I needed you 6 hours ago. I'll come by tonight. I'm meeting Devin for that restaurant opening at 7, but I can swing by after. Like 9:30? My mom was sitting right next to me. She heard every word. Her face said everything her mouth didn't. The funeral director pretended to examine paperwork and gave us a moment. My sister, Kelly, canceled her vacation in Greece. Flew back 11 hours. Had to leave her husband and 2 kids there. Rebooked everything. Lost $2,000 in cancellation fees. No question. No hesitation. Marcus showed up at 10:47 p.m. in the outfit he wore to the restaurant opening. White button down with the sleeves rolled up. Smelling like truffle fries and botanical gin. Hair still perfectly styled. Sorry I'm late. The tasting menu was longer than expected. 7 courses. You would have loved the scallop thing. How are you? I just stared at him. He sat down on the edge of the bed like he was visiting someone with a cold. So what happens now? Like, funeral planning and stuff? Yeah, we're doing it Friday. This Friday? That's really fast. Dad wanted to be buried quickly. It's in his will. Okay, cool. I'll be there. Obviously. He stayed for 22 minutes. Then said he should probably get home because he had an early Pilates session Wednesday morning and needed sleep. My mom was still awake when he left. She was sitting in the kitchen in the dark, in Dad's chair, holding his reading glasses. She didn't say anything, just shook her head once. Well, deliberate. That Wednesday, I spent 9 hours going through Dad's office. Every drawer, every file, every pocket of every jacket. Looking for insurance papers, the deed to the house, his veterans benefits information. Marcus texted me at 2 p.m. Missing you. Want to get dinner tonight? That new Pope place opened. My dad died yesterday. I know, babe, but you still have to eat. Self-care is important during grief. I didn't respond. He texted again at 6:47 p.m. Guess you're busy. Devin and I are going to check out that Pope place. LMK if you change your mind. He posted an Instagram story at 7:23 p.m. Pope Bowl. Caption. Treating myself. Sometimes you just need to feed your soul. My aunt commented. Looks amazing. How's everything going? He hearted it. Didn't respond. That Thursday, I'm writing my dad's eulogy at 2 a.m. because I can't sleep. Because every time I close my eyes I see him at his desk. I see my mom getting the call. I see the paramedics shaking their heads. Marcus is next to me, scrolling TikTok with the sound on. Can you turn that down? I'm trying to write. He looked at me like I'd asked him to donate a kidney. I'm wearing headphones in one ear. You can barely hear it. I can hear every word of that video about ranking fast food chicken sandwiches. He sighed. Loud. Put his phone down with force. You've been really difficult since Tuesday. My dad died on Tuesday. I know. And I'm being supportive. But you're being kind of intense right now. I'm here, aren't I? I'm in this bed. I came over after the restaurant. I'm showing up. You showed up 4 hours late. I still showed up. I went to the living room. Wrote the eulogy on the couch. Took me until 5:30 a.m. Wrote about Dad teaching me to change a tire. About him showing up to every single one of my high school theater performances, even the bad ones. About the way he called me kiddo until the day he died. Marcus came out at 5:45, rubbing his eyes. Are you seriously still up? You're going to be exhausted tomorrow. This isn't healthy. I'm writing about my dad. You've been writing for hours. How much is there to say? I didn't respond to that. Couldn't. If I opened my mouth, I would have said something I couldn't take back. He went back to bed. I heard him snoring 8 minutes later. Friday morning, day of the funeral, Marcus spent 40 minutes on his hair. Another 30 on his outfit. Tried on 4 different ties. Do you think navy or burgundy? I don't want to seem like I'm trying too hard, but I also want to look respectful. Either is fine. Which one makes me look more mature? Devin said navy washes me out. Marcus, I don't care about your tie. Wow. Okay. Sorry for trying to look nice for your dad. At 9:30, while I'm helping my mom pin her corsage, Marcus asked what time he needed to be ready. Service is at 11. We should leave by 10:15. Cool. Hey, do I have to sit in the family section? Devin's coming, and it might be easier if I sit with him. You want to sit with Devin? At my father's funeral. I just think it might be less pressure. You'll be up there giving the eulogy, and I'll be weirdly alone in the front row. Makes more sense for me to sit with a friend. Plus your family is going through it, and I don't want to be in the way of their grief, you know? You wouldn't be in the way. You'd be supporting me. I am supporting you. I'm here. I took the day off work. You work from home. On Fridays you have one meeting. It's still a sacrifice. My mom heard this one too. She was in the kitchen. Stopped stirring her coffee. Set the spoon down carefully. Walked out of the room. My sister heard it. She was in the hallway. Made direct eye contact with me. Her expression said, say the word, and I'll kill him myself. At the service, Marcus sat 4 rows back with Devin. I could see them from where the family was sitting. Devin was wearing a charcoal suit. Marcus kept leaning over, whispering things. Devin nodded a lot. During my eulogy, when I broke down describing my dad teaching me to ride a bike, how he ran alongside me for 3 hours until I got it, how he never once got impatient, I looked out at the crowd. Marcus was on his phone, not even subtle about it. Phone in his lap, scrolling. I could see his thumb moving. Devin was rubbing his shoulder, comforting him. My 19-year-old cousin, Sophie, who I see maybe twice a year, had a hammy tissues. She stood up from the 3rd row, walked over, put the tissue box on the podium, squeezed my hand. A teenager showed more emotional intelligence than my boyfriend of 4 years. After the service, people came up to me, hugging me, telling me stories about Dad. My uncle told me about the time Dad drove 6 hours to help him move. My dad's coworker told me he never missed a day of work in 30 years except when his kids were born and when his own father died. Marcus stood by the exit, checking his watch. At the reception, Marcus stayed for 40 minutes, ate 2 small sandwiches, drank 1 glass of water, kept looking at his phone. I should probably go. You've got your family here. You don't need me hovering. You're not hovering. You're my boyfriend. Yeah, but Devin wants to hit that new hit class at 4 and honestly, I could use the endorphins. This has been really heavy. Heavy. My father's funeral was heavy for him. He kissed my cheek and left. I watched him walk out. Watched Devin follow him. Watched them get into Marcus's car and pull away. My uncle, who I see once every 3 years, stayed until we packed up the last folding chair. Helped carry boxes to my mom's car. Helped load leftover food. Gave me his number and said to call anytime. Seriously, even 3 a.m. He meant it. My dad's coworkers stayed. People I'd never met. Stayed for 3 hours. Told me stories. Helped clean up. One of them, Robert, helped me take down the photo boards. Your dad talked about you all the time. He was so proud of you. You were his favorite topic. I cried in the parking lot while Robert loaded the photo boards into my car. He didn't make it weird. Just stood there. Present. Marcus texted at 6:30 p.m. Hope today went okay. That hit class destroyed me lol. Want me to come over tonight? I didn't respond. He texted again at 9:15 p.m. You okay? You're being quiet. That Sunday, 5 days after my dad died, Marcus showed up at my apartment with bagels. I brought breakfast. Everything bagel with cream cheese, your favorite. Thought we could talk. Talk about what? About you icing me out. You haven't responded to my texts. You're mad at me, and I don't know why. I stared at him. At this man I'd planned to marry. At this man holding a bagel like it was a peace offering. You don't know why. I think you're displacing your grief onto me. Making me the bad guy because you need someone to blame. You were on your phone during my eulogy. I was not. I saw you. Devin saw you. My cousin saw you. Okay, maybe I checked it once. But it was on vibrate, and it might have been an emergency. What emergency? I don't remember now. But it felt important in the moment. More important than my father's funeral? That's not fair. You're twisting everything. He sat down on my couch. Made himself comfortable. Like we were about to watch a movie. Listen, I know this week has been hard. But I feel like you're not seeing how hard it's been for me too. I've been really stressed trying to be there for you while also maintaining my own routine. Devin said I've seemed off all week. Your routine? Yeah. My workouts, my meal prep. I've been totally off. My dad died. He threw his hands up. I know your dad died. You keep saying that like I don't know. But at some point you have to choose to move forward. You can't just wallow in sadness forever. It's been 5 days. 5 days. I think it might be good for you to get out. Maybe we go to brunch? Mimosas? That place you like opened a new location. I don't want brunch. I want to look through my dad's photos. You've been doing that all week. It's not healthy to wallow. Wallow. That word sat in my chest like a stone. Yeah, you're wallowing. I'm just trying to help you see that. Get out. What? Get out of my apartment. Babe, come on. Don't be dramatic. Get out. He stood up, grabbed his keys, stopped at the door. You know what? Call me when you're ready to be rational. I'm not going to be punished for trying to help you heal. He left. I sat there on my couch, in the apartment I'd shared with him for 2 years. Looked around at his stuff everywhere. His shoes by the door. His jackets on the coat rack. His beard trimmer on the bathroom counter. His protein powder in the kitchen. His presents in every corner. And I started seeing the pattern. Really seeing it. When I got laid off 2 years ago, he said, at least now you can deep clean the apartment. It's been bothering me for months. When my best friend ghosted me, he said, she was kind of a lot anyway. This is probably for the best. Now you can focus more on us. When I had emergency surgery for appendicitis, he visited for 30 minutes and spent 20 of them talking about his new Pokemon cards collection, showing me photos on his phone, while I was hooked to N4. When my grandma died, he came to the funeral but left immediately after for a fantasy football draft. Said he couldn't miss it. He was commissioner. Meanwhile, when his cat needed a $4,000 surgery, I put it on my credit card. Paid it off over 8 months. He never offered to pay me back. When his mom had her knee replacement, I took the week off to help her. Cooked every meal. Did her physical therapy exercises with her. Slept on her uncomfortable couch for 6 nights. When he got passed over for promotion, I canceled my brother's birthday dinner to comfort him. Spent the whole night listening to him list everyone who didn't deserve it more than him. Made him cookies at midnight. I drove 6 hours round trip every weekend for a month when he was doing that yoga certification upstate. Every single weekend. Because he said he needed the emotional support of knowing I was nearby. He couldn't sit in the front row at my dad's funeral. I started going through it all. Every text. Every memory. Valentine's Day last year. I had food poisoning. Violently ill. He still expected dinner at the reservation he'd made. Got upset when I said I couldn't go. I already confirmed the reservation. Do you know how hard it is to get a table there? My birthday 2 years ago. I planned a small dinner with friends. He showed up an hour late because he lost track of time at the gym. Didn't apologize. Said I was being sensitive when I got quiet. The time I had a panic attack at 3 a.m. and called him. He said, can we talk about this tomorrow? I have an early client call. The time his friends wanted to do an impromptu weekend trip and he just went. Didn't ask if I minded. Didn't check if we had plans. Just texted me from the airport, going to Nashville with the guys. Back Monday. But when my college roommate invited me to her wedding in Denver, he made me feel guilty for 3 weeks until I almost didn't go. That's a whole weekend without you. I'll be so lonely. I went. He was fine. Spent the weekend at Devin's. 2 weeks after we buried my father, Marcus asked when I was going to be fun again. We were at Target. I was buying trash bags. He was looking at outdoor pillows for his patio. You've been sad for like 16 days straight. I miss the old you. My dad died 16 days ago. I know, babe. And that's awful. But at some point you have to choose to be happy. I'm just saying, I signed us up for that wine and paint night on Thursday. Might be good for you. You used to love that stuff. I haven't painted since high school. Exactly. See, you're not even doing the things you love anymore. You're just moping. My dad died. He put down the pillow, turned to face me fully. Okay, I'm going to be real with you because I love you. You're stuck. You're stuck in this grief, and you're dragging me down with you. I've been patient. I've been understanding. But I can't do this forever. I need my partner back. Your partner. Yeah, the person who laughs at my jokes and wants to go out and actually participates in the relationship. Lately, it's like living with a ghost. A ghost. I'm trying to help you here. Devin thinks maybe you should talk to someone. Like a professional. Because this isn't normal anymore. It's been 16 days. That's over 2 weeks. At some point, it becomes a choice. I left the card in the aisle. Walked out of Target. Drove home. Packed his stuff while he was at Core Power. 3 boxes. For years reduced to 3 boxes. His leather jacket that I bought him for Christmas. The watch I saved for 6 months to afford. 47 charging cables because he bought a new one every time he lost one instead of looking for 30 seconds. His fancy blender that he used twice. His collection of self-help books he never read. His emergency bag of workout clothes that lived on my bedroom floor for 8 months. The framed photo of us from Costa Rica. The one where we're on the beach. I'm laughing. He's flexing. I left it all by the door with a note. When someone shows you who they are during the worst moment of your life, believe them. He called 89 times in 2 days. The texts went from confused to angry to victim in record time. Tuesday 3:47 p.m. What is this? Where are you? Tuesday 4:23 p.m. Are you seriously breaking up with me via note? That's cowardly. Tuesday 6:51 p.m. Call me. We need to talk about this like adults. Tuesday 9:30 p.m. You're being insane. You know that, right? Wednesday 7:15 a.m. I can't believe you're throwing away 4 years because I didn't perform grief the way you wanted. Wednesday 11:03 a.m. Everyone processes differently. This is actually really toxic of you. Wednesday 2:44 p.m. Devin thinks you're having a breakdown. We're worried about you. Wednesday 8:37 p.m. Fine. Keep the ring money. Consider it compensation for putting up with your dramatics. Thursday 12:22 a.m. I'm sorry. Can we please just talk? I love you. Thursday 10:15 a.m. You're really going to ignore me? After everything I've done for you? I didn't respond to any of them. Devin messaged me Friday morning. Hey, Marcus is devastated. He was trying to give you space. You're being really unfair. He showed up for you in his own way, and you're punishing him for not being perfect. Nobody's perfect. He's a good guy who made some mistakes during a stressful time. I blocked Devin. Then I blocked Marcus. My mom called that night. How are you doing, honey? I'm okay. Better than okay, actually. She was quiet for a moment. I'm proud of you. For what? For knowing your worth. I started crying. The kind of crying where you can't breathe. Where your whole body shakes. She waited. Didn't try to fix it. Just waited. When I finally caught my breath, she said, your dad would be proud too. He always worried Marcus wasn't good enough for you. Said he had the depth of a kiddie pool. We both laughed. Then cried. Then laughed again. 3 days later, Marcus showed up at my apartment. I didn't answer the door. He texted, I can see your car. I know you're home. I texted back, leave, or I'm calling the cops. He left, but not before leaving a letter under my door. For pages, front and back, about how I was the love of his life. How he made mistakes, but everyone makes mistakes. How I was being unfair and cruel and punishing him for being human. How his therapist said I was emotionally abusive for weaponizing his shortcomings. How I regret this. How I'd come crawling back when I realized no one would love me like he did. The last line, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. I threw it away without finishing it. My sister asked if I was okay. I told her I was better than okay. I finally understood the difference. Some people love you when it's easy. When you're fun. When you're the version of yourself that doesn't require anything. When you're the partner who puts them first and never asks for the same in return. And some people love you when you're writing a eulogy at 2 a.m. When you're not fun. When you're breaking down in a hospital hallway. When you need them to sit in the front row even if it's uncomfortable. When you need them to cancel the hit class. When you need them to just show up. Marcus loved a version of me that didn't need him. He couldn't love the version that did. The ring is still in my sock drawer. $6,400. White gold band. Small diamond. Nothing fancy, but it was what I could afford. I look at it sometimes. Best money I never spent. My mom asked if I was going to return it. Not yet. Right now it's a reminder. Of what? Of what I'm worth. Of what I deserve. Of the difference between showing up and just being present in the room. Last week, 6 months after Dad died, I went on a date. Nice guy. Teacher. We met at a coffee shop. Halfway through, I got a text from my mom. My uncle was in the hospital. Nothing serious, but she was worried. I need to go. Family emergency. He didn't hesitate. Do you need me to drive you? We'd known each other for 45 minutes. I'm okay. Thank you though. He walked me to my car. Made sure I got in safely. Texted me 2 hours later to make sure everything was okay. We've been talking ever since. I told him about Marcus on our 4th date. About the funeral. About the hot yoga. About all of it. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, I'm sorry that happened to you. You deserve better. Not, you're being dramatic. Not, everyone processes differently. Not, but did you really need him there? Just, you deserve better. Simple. True. Exactly what I needed to hear. I don't know if this new guy is the one. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. But I know he's the kind of person who would cancel the yoga class. And that's everything.